Continue on Florida 60 West for 19 miles.
All right, got it set up. We're headed to St. Pete Comic Con, so I'm excited for this. It's a great local convention, so a lot of great stuff going on there. Just want to make a quick live stream, and I'm heading there. Don't know what's going on with my camera. I think it's probably because it's not. I need some type of stabilization. That's probably what's going on, but yeah, I'm excited for this. Yesterday was a pretty good day. Met some great cosplayers. In fact, one of them had a video on the channel that went viral, 8.5 million views. Got to catch up with her. Her name's Magsafe, and then also got to go to dinner with some of the voice actors, which is really cool. Brent Mackay, who has been in Demon Slayer. He's the demon with the extra teeth in the eyes or something. I don't know who it is, but I need to catch up on that series. And Tyler Robinson, hopefully I said his last name right. He's been in One Piece, Steins Gate, many others. Michelle, who is in Pokemon with Team Rocket. Bill, who's also in Pokemon, and he told a pretty cool story about how the day before the Pokemon thing that he got, he was auditioning to be Doc from Back to the Future, and he, in his career, he's glad that, he was passed up for Doc, so that he ended up with Pokemon the series, which, that was really cool to hear. And yeah, there's just, so many cool stories, man. So many cool stories, but it's taking me the longer way for some reason. So yeah, going on 75 here. But I will catch up with everybody later. Just want to go live and talk about some things. So if you are in St. Pete or in the area, you definitely want to check out St. Pete Comic Con. Like I said, amazing voice actors there, and amazing cosplayers. Paladin Printworks, Nilla Cosplay, Cosfae, Mystic Cosplayer, and I'm sure there's a few others that I just can't remember their names, but they all have fantastic costumes, and they all have fantastic wardrobes that they actually built, and they show it off. That's what's really cool at conventions, is that they get the chance to show it. All right, everybody. Well, catch you guys later, and oh, hey, what's up, man? Can you edge to this? I don't know. Maybe. Possible that you could edge to this. I don't know what that means exactly. Maybe jam out. It's taken us the long way to 75. I don't know why that is. Maybe because I've missed the I-4 turn, but oh well, it's just more scenic, I guess. What do we do here? We cover conventions, cosplay, pop culture, interview celebrities, interview voice actors. Pretty much what we do on this channel. I'm just heading to a convention right now, where I hung out with a lot of the voice actors last night from Demon Slayer, One Piece, Steins Gate, Pokemon. So when I go to conventions, sometimes I get invited to go out to the dinners with the different voice actors or celebrities or actors. At MegaCon, I got to hang out with the Marvel Comics crew at dinner. That was pretty cool. Last night was voice actors from anime. Many of them are on Crunchyroll. Man, it is really taking us the long way. As you can see, Florida is full of construction. And it takes just as long here as it does in some other places, like New York City. So if you like to see pop culture stuff and celebrities talk, and they talk candidly, and it's like non-scripted, I just ask questions and we just discuss things, you can go ahead and share this out and like it, so that way you can come back and see some of that stuff. If you guys have any questions about voice actors that I've interviewed, or anything that pops up that you want to ask, like maybe some things that they've told me, I could tell you guys. Before Brent Mackay did Demon Slayer and a couple other big stuff that he was in, he was a stand-up comedian, and he just tried to learn how to act and how to tell jokes and how to be funny, and he took some classes, some voice acting classes as well, and then he got his big breakout. So it's always cool to hear those stories, because he was on the verge of like becoming an Uber driver, and he just happened to have a breakout role. Steve Downs is probably one of the most interesting stories as far as getting discovered. Like, he was up in the radio in Chicago, and somebody from Bungie heard his voice and like, oh hey, it would be great to do the role of Master Chief 117, and they hit him up, and that's how he got the legendary role, and they kept him. Also, I know when it comes to celebrities and actors and voice actors, I know which ones like pineapple and pizza and which ones don't. It's one of our iconic questions on this channel that they all discuss. Hey, do you like pineapple and pizza? Yes or no? And I've heard some crazy stories from Wally Wingard. He's a voice actor that plays the Riddler. He's been in the arcade games. He's done a lot of stuff for DC. He did stuff for Jay Leno. He likes sauerkraut on pizza. Where he grew up in the Midwest, it was a lot of ancestry from Germany, and they just, in that small little town, they just happened like sauerkraut, which is, interesting. Never thought about sauerkraut on pizza. And, I have a podcast friend, 108 Dragons TV, he likes mustard on pizza. Can't believe it. That's kind of crazy to me. Mustard on pizza. Oh, and he's specific to spicy brown mustard on pizza. I met I can't remember his name, but one of the voice actors from Five Nights at Freddy's, and he likes a salad pizza. So on his pizza, he'll put mayonnaise, he'll put lettuce, he'll put tomatoes, like all that kind of stuff that you would think on a salad, but he adds mayo, which I've never heard of this, and then he folds it up and eats it. Do you guys have any favorite cosplayers, cosplay, any favorite games? What are you guys doing right now? You guys having a good day? I hope you all are. And for everybody just popping in now, we're headed to St. Pete Comic-Con, which it's run by a fantastic guy. It's an amazing convention, and he takes care of the parking. Parking's free at the Coliseum. If you haven't checked it out and you are in Florida, definitely check it out, man. He always brings A-list voice actors to his conventions. He always does that. Next year, he's going to be doing it at the Hilton Bayfront, so he's expanding. But he's just a fantastic convention organizer, and he does Sunshine City Scare, he does Anime St. Pete, he does St. Pete Comic Con, and I think there's another one he does too, but he's just a really awesome guy. And if you ever meet him, he's always with his dog, and his dog is super cool, has a personality. It's like a very small dog, so he wheels the dog around in like a little dog carriage thing, and the dog is just super funny. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, AJ? Let's see, what else have I been up to? Lately, I've been, I've gotten back into a game. It's taken me a while. Like, I've been gaming sad, as they would say. And I got into the Outlast Trials. And I'm not really a big horror game fan, but I just like the stealth aspect of that game. And it's been a lot of fun. How's everybody doing today, man? Everybody having a good day? Yeah, St. Pete's in Florida. St. Pete Comic Con in March? It might be. I know he does Sunshine City Scare in May. We are taking the scenic route to, instead of I-4, we're taking I-75. If you guys want to see some of these interviews, they'll be up on the channel later, so definitely like or follow the channel, subscribe, and you'll get to see some of these interviews. Today I'll be interviewing Nola Cosplay. She's a known cosplayer and Paladin Printworks. I've interviewed him once before, but he was judging at this convention. He makes some fantastic armor. He does like a lot of the Blizzard Paladin armors. It's fantastic. He does the whole thing, not just like the mask, not just like the hoods, not just the shields. He does like the whole armor, shoulder pads, legs, chest piece, everything. Does it all. And if you guys ever want a custom 3D print stuff, he does custom 3D print stuff. He can do all kinds of stuff. And he has like industrial 3D printers that major companies use to take up like half the size of a room. And then on top of that, I think he said he's got like over 30 something other 3D printers. Like, he's turned this thing into a full-time hobby career on the side, and he does a lot of different stuff. It doesn't just have to be cosplay. Like, he could do so many things with 3D printing. Oh, and then also I ran into Cosfaye, and if you guys don't know who she is, we had a viral video on this channel with 8.5 million views, and that was her as King Triton and her friend Corey as Little Mermaid. They did like a gender swap thing, but the aesthetics on the hoop dresses was crazy. She had Sebastian on there, flounder, seashells. She had like what looked like water. She had the mermaid tails like coming off the hoop dress. It was crazy, and that video went viral on this channel. And then today she's going to be doing something on Aladdin, another take on Genie, I believe. Yesterday she did Hades, and her work is like professional. She just spends so much time making this stuff. For everybody coming out, I appreciate it. I appreciate watching the stream. Just checking it out. So we're just talking about conventions and cosplay and things going on in Florida. I don't know the next convention I'm going to besides St. Pete Comic Con. I think I'm gonna try to go out to MegaCon. Scared Ice is coming up as well. That used to be the old Spookala. I haven't been to that. I heard a lot of people are not going to Spooky Empire anymore because of whatever happened. I don't know. I don't know all the details, but that was between Spookala and Spooky Empire. Scared Ice is going to have a lot of the voice actors, not voice actors, but the actors from Yellow Jacket. So that's really cool. They're going to be there. They do get some really big A-list celebrities from TV shows and stuff over at Scared Ice. Also, another convention in Florida that's pretty cool that I hear that I haven't been to yet is Tampa Bay Screams. They do get some awesome guests there in a smaller venue, so it's more personable where you can actually talk to people. And that, and sometimes you may like the big conventions where they have like all the major celebrities, but it gets so crowded. And then you have these smaller conventions that have really cool celebrities that have the time to talk to you. They're not being pushed by their agents to, because sometimes at the bigger conventions they have to get through the line so all the fans can meet them and see them, and they don't have as much time to talk because they got to sign the autographs and take the pictures. At the smaller conventions they have a little bit more time to talk to you. So there's benefits to both, right? Can I do a dig at 0 to 100? No, I don't think that's possible with this vehicle. So at the bigger conventions, I mean, you're going to get a lot of cool people to see. Like, you're always going to see somebody, usually from, especially in Florida, like, you're going to see Transformers, you're going to see people from Star Wars at, like, a MegaCon, Tampa Bay Comic Con, those kind of things. And then you'll get some voice actors at the big conventions, too. Don't get me wrong, like, Animate Orlando, fantastic convention, and that's by GalaxyCon, and they're going to be doing it bigger and bigger every year here in Florida. And they had the Has-Been Hotel crew, including the creator, which is awesome. They also had Jodie Benson from Little Mermaid. That was great to see. Bill Farmer, who did Goofy, or who still does Goofy. We're going to start doing some different podcasts on here as well. Not sure if it's going to be on this channel or another channel that we're doing for pop culture, but we're going to get some of the anime voice actors on, and they're going to come on live and talk about like their favorite animes, favorite mangas. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I have a lot to learn about anime. I've only seen a couple anime things, like Chainsaw Man, I like that. I saw some Demon Slayer. I like One Piece just because it's like pirate themed, and I like Buggy the Clown. I think that's a cool character. And what else? Akira, which is a very old anime. I have that on VHS. And then Ghost Stories. I like Ghost Stories on Amazon Prime. That's just a crazy dub because the company in Japan was like, do what you want with it. This is a flop. So they just came up with this crazy idea of just inserting any random topic in that show. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. So another cool thing about conventions that I like is that a lot of times they have food trucks. In Florida, it's big to have food trucks, like at Tampa Bay Comic-Con, MetroCon. I believe there was some there, WasabiCon. There's just so many different food trucks in Florida, and it's a perfect climate for it at conventions. And you get to try so many unique different things that you probably never heard of, and that's what makes it great. But at the end of the day, also, you got to think about costs, right? Like, I mean, food trucks are not the cheapest thing to eat. They're the quickest thing to eat and very convenient. And you'll always find something on there that you probably never had before, or a unique take on something. At St. Pete Comic-Con, there was some food trucks yesterday that I tried. I tried I Want to Walk, which was Asian inspired. It was pretty good. I liked it. And then also we had this really cool one that a lot of people like was, and I'm going to say this wrong, so all you anime fans, I'm sorry, takoyaki. That was good. I didn't eat it. It smelled good, but I hear it was very good from a lot of people, so I'll say it's good. I never had octopus in a like Japanese fried donut. I think that's what it is, or fried dough, but it smells good. And some of these drivers in Tampa are a little crazy driving through like yellow to red lights. Spirit Halloween. Love that place. Always cool stuff. I think Spirit Halloween has a pretty good business model in a sense. I mean, not for always popping up stores. Don't get me wrong on that. Like, that's kind of crazy. But their inventory, like, never ages out of date. It's always viable to sell around Halloween. So they can have masks there from a couple of years ago, costumes from years ago, and it's still viable today, you know? Waffle houses are pretty popular here just because they're cheap and quick, but I don't tend to like them. Every time I go inside one, I just think about all the online things you hear. looks like we're getting closer to I-75. I need to get something to stabilize this phone so that the camera doesn't shake so much. I guess the camera look is like a bokeh effect on the road in a sense while it's shaking a little bit. But surprisingly with the S25 Ultra that it's doing this. I think it's trying to focus on too many things. Right into St. Pete.
In a quarter mile, use the right 2 lanes to turn slightly right onto the I-75 North ramp to Ocala.
I'm in a state where hands-free and talking is perfectly fine.
Use the right 2 lanes to turn slightly right onto the I-75 North ramp.
What I eventually want to do is add a want to add a camera to the roof of the car and be able to talk through Bluetooth, which would be pretty cool. I have the suction cup stuff that the racers use, like when they go drag racing and stuff, they put the cameras on their cars or they drift. I got some of that stuff, so I'm thinking about putting that on the car and then using the DJI Bluetooth to talk.
In half a mile, merge onto I-75 North.
What's up, everybody? For watching, thank you. I appreciate it.
In 1.5 miles, take exit 261 toward I-4 West.
Basically, I just went the long way to I-4, the longest way possible. Surprising to still see convertibles. You really don't see them that much anymore. It used to be a big thing in the 90s. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . .
half a mile, take exit 261 toward I-4 West. Take exit 261.
Not sure if you guys can hear my Google Maps talking to me as well. Alright guys, well I appreciate everybody coming out to the stream. I'm headed to the convention, and I hope you guys get a chance to check it out. St. Pete Comic Con next year, home Bayfront, so it's gonna be really cool. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it, man.